I've never made a YouTube video like this in the entire career of me making YouTube videos. I have never made a video about another person like this, directly talking about our actual experiences. And this isn't something I will do on the regular, but I feel like this needs to be said. I feel like people need to know what I know about this person. I feel like people need to kind of see this side because he's in a lot of trouble right now. And I'm not trying to necessarily help him out of that. I'm not trying to fight his battle for him, nothing like that. I am literally just going to state my opinions, my actual like real life experiences that I've had with this person, my thoughts of him, my overall opinion of this person. Now, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys have been updated with all this, but I'm sure most of you guys know this guy. Yes, this video is about Killer Keemstar. You could probably guess from the thumbnail, but some of you guys are probably asking, Bigfoltz, you don't know anything about this guy. You're a Call of Duty YouTuber, you have 300,000 subs, you know, he makes videos of all these guys with like millions of subs, you know nothing about this guy. I actually think that I'm probably one of his closest friends in this entire community. I've known this dude for a very long time. I've been around him a lot in real life, in videos, in Twitter stuff. Like, I've been around this guy in almost every aspect you could be around this guy. I've literally made a company with this man. So I know the business side of him, I know the personal side of him, I know the YouTube side of him. I know everything there is to know about this guy, and I feel like there's a lot of things that need to be said. I feel like there's a lot of things that need to be heard, of things that he's at least did for me in the past. Right now, there's a lot of things going around being said about this guy, and I can't really tell you if they're real or not. I can't tell you if some of these are true or not because I wasn't personally there. I'm not here to jump on anyone's side. I'm not here saying, you know, this is right, this guy's wrong, this guy's right, whatever. I'm not getting involved in that at all. I'm going to talk about my personal experiences with this guy. If you guys don't know who Keemstar is, he runs this show called Drama Alert. I think it has like 1.6 million subs. He runs a lot of really big videos. Basically, he makes news stories about people like me, YouTubers, people that make YouTube videos, people that live stream, whatever. When crazy shit happens, he makes a video on it. He reports the news. He says, hey guys, what's going on? Let's get right into the news or whatever. I'm not going to do his intro. That's not what this video is about. But yeah, me and Keemstar. I met this dude 2 years ago. UMG Nashville, it's a Call of Duty gaming event. I met him. The way I actually met this guy was I tweeted him and said, hey, let's do drugs, because I knew he was there. It was my first event ever. I was trying to find people to hang out with, people that I could hang out with and be myself around and just have a really good time. And he was like, all right, come here. We met up and everything just was fine from the start. We took a selfie together. We went and got food. Everything was great. All right. The first event, nothing really happened. It was just kind of that bonding moment. You know, you can't really get to judge a person in like a couple of days. You don't really have like the full aspect of who that person is or what that person does after talking to them for like 2 days. So the first year of me and Keemstar's relationship is pretty irrelevant to this video. Nothing really major went down. We just kind of traveled around the world together, went to gaming events like pretty frequently, like every couple of months. Me and this guy would be at a gaming event, hanging out, having some drinks, just laughing, you know, having a good time like buds would do. Really nothing too like amazing to tell in this story. A lot of fun moments, but nothing too like viral that's gonna be like, oh, a big whatever, like a big point in our relationship, I guess you could say. I would say in the last year's time, that's when me and Keemstar's relationship has really taken off. This is where I've seen like him actually do things for me that I think an actual friend or genuine person would do. Now, I don't know if you guys know what the race is. When every new Call of Duty comes out, like Black Ops 3 just came out, there was the race for it. It's called #TheRace. It was established by like Gold Glove and T-Mart and Jericho and all these guys. And basically the design to it when it first came out was to race to be the highest level ever like in the game. Like you want to get all the way to Master Prestige, you play 24/7 on stream until you achieve that, and that's what the race is. Now, when the race happened, they actually got their account modded by Treyarch. So we were in first. It's really a big deal. It sounds kind of stupid, but we were in first in this. We had like 10,000 viewers. It was awesome. And then they got modded to Max Prestige, like from 4th Prestige when we were 8th. And I don't know how many of you guys that are watching this video know anything about Call of Duty, but basically the race is literally like the biggest event of the year in my career. Like when I do the race, that is like lockdown time. Like it's like the NBA Finals for LeBron James. He just won. That's what the race is for me. I literally just focus on that. I don't do anything else but the race. So basically what happened was we had somewhere around 10,000 viewers, and the other race with Gold Glove and Jericho and T-Mart and all them had somewhere around 20,000 viewers. We were way ahead of them in the race, but what actually happened was Treyarch modded them. And I'm not saying that the race is bad at all. I'm not saying they modded bad at all, whatever. They raised like $450,000 for charity. I love literally every single one of them guys. Like that is amazing that they did that. But what happened is they got modded and they claimed that they got first in the race. Now, nobody defended us. Nobody defended us at all. And at the time, we didn't really have a voice to voice ourselves. We didn't have enough followers or whatever it may be to actually say what we needed to say to people. We couldn't get it out there to an audience. Who was the one person to defend us? Keemstar. This was an ongoing thing. Literally for weeks, Keemstar was making Twitter videos, he was making YouTube videos, he was tweeting them. He was defending us to the full of his ability. He was saying they cheated. They were trying to say we took their branding, whatever. I'm not trying to have beef once again with them, but I am saying that Keemstar was the dude that stood up for us. He didn't have to stand up for us. Really, back then, nobody even knew who we were. Nobody knew who me and Superior and whatever. They didn't know who we were, but now they do. They know who we were. Keemstar got us out there even more. Throughout the race, he was tweeting the stream out. He was donating to us. He was doing all this stuff to help us. And when he seen that they cheated and wouldn't admit publicly that they cheated, he was backing us up to the fullest of his ability. And this was the biggest thing ever in my career. I had 33,000 viewers on Twitch back when the race ended, and that was the biggest step in my whole career ever. And this dude was the one guy there standing up for me, telling people that they were wrong and that I was right, because that's actually what happened. And I respect Keemstar for that moment more than anything ever. So that was the first thing that happened with me and Keemstar, where I kind of thought hey, maybe this guy actually is here for me. Maybe he's actually looking out for me. At first I kind of thought just, we're drinking buddies, whatever. But there I kind of realized okay, that's something you do for a friend. You don't just do that for anybody. You don't just, defend whoever. You do that for someone that you actually care about, that you actually want to succeed, right? So the second thing that ever happened, I got a random call at, 2 p.m. in the middle of the day somewhere. I don't even know what date it is. I don't know what date it is. I don't know. I get a call from Keemstar on my phone. I pick it up. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, listen, we're at UMG, South Carolina. I bought a penthouse. You and all your friends, you guys have rooms here. Just buy a flight. Everything's free. Literally, this dude paid for us to go to a penthouse, and this was a nice penthouse. This was a baller penthouse, the best penthouse I've ever seen on the beach, Myrtle Beach. Absolutely amazing. We flew there, right? We got our own beds, we had our own rooms, we had our own bathroom. He bought us alcohol, food, everything. Literally everything paid for by this guy. This dude brought me there. Nobody else is gonna do that. There's nobody else out there that's gonna just take me and be like, yo, get out here right now, we're gonna do this, we're gonna have a blast, an absolute blast. This guy offered that. This guy actually did that. I would say one of the biggest things that gained my respect for Keemstar was when we went to PAX East. We went to PAX East, and basically, if you guys don't know what PAX is, it's a huge gaming event. There's a lot of companies there. There's a lot of gamers there, YouTubers, streamers, everything like that. It's really fun. A lot of fun. I booked this at Airbnb. I don't know if you guys know what Airbnb is, but basically, you could rent out a massive house. So we got this huge house on the beach in Boston. It was absolutely amazing. And basically what happened is we had a really, we had a fun time. Like I said, we're partying, we're drinking, whatever. Stuff gets broken when people are drinking. I got fined for over $1,000. I think it was $1,250 whenever we left this house. They wanted me to pay $1,250. Some stuff got broken. I didn't know what it was. I really didn't know who broke it, whatever. I had no idea. But when I told Keemstar about this, he paid the full amount. Literally, he was just hey, don't worry about it, man. Here you go. Here's the money. Sorry about that, whatever. Because a lot of the people there were his friends. He owned up and took responsibility for that. Said, it was probably my fault. It was probably one of my friends, whatever. Just send me your PayPal. I'll send you the money. No big deal, right? And I know that you're oh, well, that's just a money thing. He's a huge YouTuber. Money doesn't really matter to him. But I've hung out with other huge YouTubers. I've hung out with a lot of really big people, and not all of them are like this. Not all of them will own up to their mistakes or will take care of damages and stuff like that they didn't do. A lot of people just be oh, well, I didn't do that. Fuck you. You know what I mean? But he actually owned up to that. I told you guys in the beginning of this video that I made a company with Keemstar, and I wasn't joking about that. I'll tell you a little bit about it, as much as I feel I guess is needed, or I guess I can say. I was actually making a company with Keemstar. The company was actually very big. We were basically making a team. We were making a team together, but it was all legal. There was CEOs, CMOs, percent holders, all that. Keem appointed me to be his CEO. He was the face of the team. Obviously, Keemstar is a way bigger name in the community than I am, but he wanted me to run things. He wanted me to be the guy who took control of everything, that made everything run the right way. Okay, now I'm not just saying this because he made me the CEO or whatever it may be. We were making something super big, and he valued myself at as high, if not higher than himself, because he knew that I was actually able to put forth the work, right? Like, I'm not, like, nowhere near the size of this guy. Like, this guy posts a video, gets 1 million views. I post a video, 30, 40, 50,000 views, something like that. Sometimes they go viral and get a shit ton, but I don't get million view videos every day. This dude does. And the fact that this guy was able to respect me enough and put me out there, and he was literally going to put me in the public figure by millions of people and say, this guy is the head of this. This guy is the one running this. This guy, and the fact that he's able to do that to someone way smaller than himself is absolutely, like, it's incredible. Nobody else would do that. Like, we were talking to a bunch of people, and a lot of people were getting in on this, but nobody would do it to that aspect. Like, nobody would take it that far. Nobody would get that involved, and I have the utmost respect for this guy because of that. This guy has always been there for me. He always will be there for me, and I just feel like I had to make this video. I'm not even doing this, like, it's not to get on his good side. It's not to defend him. It's not anything. There were just 4 experiences that I've had with this guy. I basically made a team with him. It's actually complete. But we're not doing it anymore, just so you guys know. I'll be making a video on that very soon, kind of explaining that into more detail. The experience with the money, like the fee that I got charged, the experience with the race, the biggest step in my career. He was the one there to defend me. Like, this guy has just been there for me all around. And I realize, you know, I'm not everybody, but you guys got to realize there's multiple sides to every story. Like, the story just isn't told by one person. I feel like most people in this situation probably wouldn't have made this video. You know, there's a chance this video could bring me a lot of hate. You know, maybe they're going to drag me into this drama. That's not what I want. That wasn't the case of this. But at the end of the day, my message here is my friendship will always, like, be more valued than whatever else is going on. I really don't care. I'm always here for my friends. And like I said, I'm not making this video to defend him. I just know that I'm more close with this guy than most people in the community. I feel like I needed to make a video to voice things that me and him have done in the past, to voice things that he's done for me in the past, just to show people the side of him that a lot of people don't know. You guys don't see that on a day-to-day basis. I understand that. I get that. But I feel like I had to get this out there. So I hope you guys can understand this. If I want to see your guys' feedback in the comments, just let me know some things. I don't know. Type shit in the comments. I want to see it. But I'm always going to be there for my friends. My friend is at a time of need. He has a bunch of big people attacking him. And like I said, I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just literally telling experiences that's happened between us in the past. So it is what it is. Keemstar, I think he's a good guy. Some people might hate him. Some people might love him. I'm curious to see what you guys think. But that's really all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time.